Hello one and all, Jake here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the New Year's resolutions I've made for myself for 2024. Basically, there are improvements I would like to make to my life, and I see simple ways to do so. And if some of you can relate to my situation, maybe you can glean some insight, and this video will actually be useful for you to watch if you just kind of clicked on this video in zombie mode and you're not really that interested in that topic. You can click off the video, I won't be offended. Now that might seem like a counterproductive disclaimer to put in front of a YouTube video, but trust me, it's going to make sense in a second. Now 2023 was a year where I accomplished a couple of major things. I moved out on my own for the first time ever. I'm now truly independent. I've been, learning to cook for myself. I've made a couple of good strides in my career, and things are going well, but there's still some room for improvement. Now, I've never really been a big resolutions guy. First of all, the new year is just like an arbitrary point in the Earth's rotation. But even ignoring that, I've always been I'll come up with a resolution at the last second and then, ooh, it's a fitness related one, like everyone else is, yippee type of guy. Like I never paid that much attention to it. I don't think this year is really different per se, but there were a couple of life improvements I wanted to make around this time anyway, and it happened to coincide with the new year. And I don't know, maybe there's some psychological benefit to feeling like there's a refresh point. So yeah, I'm trying some real, actual quality New Year's resolutions this year. I'm going to be talking about some private stuff here. My closest friends and family members don't even know about some of what I'm about to talk about. So you're really getting a in-depth insider look at what's going on in my life. So hope you're excited for that. So all of my resolutions can be broken into two categories. There's the cuts and there's the adds. So there's some things I want to cut out of my life, and then there's some things I want to add to my life. And we're going to start off talking about the cuts, because there's one major cut that is going to feed into every other item on the list. All right. Now that cut is YouTube/Twitch. Now I consider myself someone who exhibits a lot of self-control. I always make healthy choices about what to eat. I've refused all peer pressure to do any drugs or drink any alcohol, and I'm on a 25-year No Nut November streak. So the primal urges within me are pretty well subdued, or so I thought. So in about early December, late November-ish, I noticed that every single night of the week, I was going to bed at 2, 3 a.m. And that's pretty bad, because I get up at 7:38 to get ready for my 9 to 5 job. So that's not enough sleep, especially as someone who doesn't even drink coffee. I need my beauty rest, and I just wasn't getting it. It was affecting my performance at work. And then I realized that all of these late night upstay sessions were accompanied by a YouTube video or a Twitch stream. And it wasn't just late at night that I was watching this. It was like throughout the day too. I would just like waste a bunch of time watching it. So one day I was like, all right, I am just tomorrow not gonna touch YouTube at all. I'm gonna just see what happens. Sure enough, the next day I find myself 5 minutes into a YouTube video that I just had clicked on out of habit. And I'm like, okay, I have a serious problem here. Having a daily habit of watching it kind of makes it, harder to not do it than if you had to consciously think about it. So that was kind of worrisome. But, since then, I didn't really make any effort to improve things. And then around Christmas break, I'm thinking, what kind of New Year's resolution should I make here? And I decided, after thinking about it for a long time, I should just quit cold turkey. Now, there are tons of genuinely enriching and worthwhile YouTube videos to watch out there. The videos I was watching were not those. To give an example of the type of stuff I was watching hour-long compilations of Legends of Runeterra gameplay, and that is a game that I do not even play. I played it a while ago. I've since uninstalled it from my computer, and it's been years since I touched it. Why I was watching these gameplay videos for a game that I wasn't even gonna play, I have no idea. And worst of all, it's a Riot Games game. Like, I need to at least stick to some of my principles here, so that is not really acceptable. You see the disconnect here. This is not worth my time, and yet I was spending time on it because I wasn't controlling myself. And that's all it boils down to is I need to put a hard stop on this. And I mean hard. I have disabled the YouTube app on my phone. I'm not turning it on my TV, and I'm only going to log into YouTube to upload videos from now on. I am not touching it other than that. Yes, there are good videos, but clearly, as evidenced by the situation I found myself in, I am not properly able to moderate the amount of time I was spending watching. And so the only solution is to just cut it off entirely, at least for the time being. Maybe eventually I'll get to a point where watching a YouTube video will be the most worthwhile way I could spend my time. I don't think that's ever really going to happen. And until it does, there's no reason to even bother. No offense to any YouTuber or Twitch streamer out there. I'm sure you're making great stuff, but it's just not healthy for me to indulge right now. And so you will not have my support for the near future. All right, so the next cut I'm going to make is work. Well, that's a little weird. Why are you cutting out work? I'm not actually one of those guys who's like, oh, I'm such a workaholic, and then I have like lousy work-life balance because I work so much and I'm so productive all the time. That's not what this is about at all, actually. Here's what's going on. I work from home 2 to 3 days out of the week. And it's very easy to sort of lose the boundary between when you're like at home doing your own thing and when you're at work, when your work laptop is just chilling on your desk right there and it's on. So what would often happen is I would get towards the end of the day and I'll have just like one more task to finish up at work, but I will get distracted by something else in the house, and procrastinate. And this procrastination was further aided by watching YouTube videos. You know, sometimes I'll be like, oh, just a quick break to watch this before I finish this last thing. So, you know, keeping track of where I'm at, I'm technically working still because I still have this thing I need to finish up before I log off for the day, but I'm not actually working, right? I would actually, again, with the aid of YouTube videos, procrastinate on things until like 11 p.m. at night. And then I'd be like, oh shoot, I didn't even do the thing I was supposed to do a while ago. I would like make myself a whole dinner and eat it and not even finish the last task that I needed just to close out the day properly. And you might think, oh, this isn't a big deal. You know, I could just come back to the laptop whenever I need to finish the work. But I'm not like able to bring myself to leave the house and go out and do something interesting if I'm still at work. So my brain just sort of imposes an artificial barrier on things I'm allowed to do before I wrap up work officially for the night. And that, combined with the procrastination, made it so that I was doing like 8 hours worth of work over the course of 14 hours. And I wasn't able to live a life during that whole day as a result. It's pretty bad. And so the resolution is really just to set stricter limits. I'm going to make firmer boundaries around when my workday is ending. I don't mind going 30 to 60 minutes over my intended work hours to make sure a project I'm working on actually gets done. That's not a big deal, but I can't be, still in working mode, not actually working until 11 p.m. midnight. That's just not something I want to do going forward. And so I'm going to put a stop to it. I think cutting out YouTube will actually help cut out this, again, extra work time. And that's because a lot of the procrastination that caused this in the first place was YouTube and Twitch streams. So those two cuts, the YouTube and Twitch and the pseudo work hours, I think are going to free up a lot of time in my life. What exactly am I going to use to fill that time instead? And this brings me to my ads, and my first ad is going to be YouTube/Twitch. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So I have YouTube/Twitch on both the cuts and the ads, but the ad is I'm going to be making more stuff. I'm going to be spending more time making videos. Last year, I uploaded 3. And one of them was like a dumb non-video, and then 2 of them were in a series together. So, like, I really uploaded only one substantial thing, and I have this whole list of video ideas that I really want to make that I just didn't get to. And look, folks, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't actually take me that long to finish a video if I'm only counting the time I spend recording and editing and making the thumbnail and stuff. Like, it really doesn't take that much time. It's just I have to find the time to do it and then bring myself to actually drudge up the effort. And it's a lot easier to, watch a video that already exists than to make one of your own. So my time has been sunk into the wrong end of the tunnel. That was the most disgusting possible metaphor I could have used to describe the situation, but you know what I mean. So cut out the YouTube, in with the YouTube, all right? I don't want to set a hard goal for myself necessarily, but I do think uploading 12 videos this year is very, very feasible. I might even be able to go as high as 15. So expect 15 videos. If I don't make at least 12, then I'll kind of feel like I failed this resolution. But if I get at least there, I will feel fine. And 15 is where I want you to set your expectations. If you think I'm not on track to make that 15 number, then, hold me accountable. Let me know in the comments or however else you are going to manage to reach me. And maybe that'll put a little fire under my butt to make me actually go and make a video. Now, let's talk about the /Twitch real quick. Live streaming, it would be video games, no matter what. But live streaming is something I kind of enjoy. It's not like the most fun thing ever to me, especially when the view counts are low. But I do have one really interesting idea for a video game stream that I might put into practice. We'll see. I'm going to try to get into the flow of making YouTube videos as regularly as I can first. Then we'll see if that Twitch streaming can be integrated in or not. The Twitch is lower priority, and I'd have a lot more ads I want to make before that. So the next ad is hobbies. I need more hobbies, I think. Ideally, I think I'm gonna have like 3 types of hobbies. One is like a sport or physical activity. One is something social, and then one is solo. All right, this is my ideal. So for the active one, I actually have a couple things in mind. There's a dojo down the street from my house. I might sign up for martial arts classes. I did Kempo for a while when I was a kid. I had to quit around the time I was 17, I think, because I moved. You know, might as well take it up again. It might help me make a few friends too. The social one, I don't know, something like a book club maybe. I have enjoyed reading philosophy lately. Over the last year, I only read 2 books, embarrassingly enough, but both of them were philosophy adjacent. And I would like to continue reading philosophy, but also other types of books too. Whatever the book club is into, I think a book club would be fun. I don't necessarily know that that's a thing that's readily available near me, but you know, I'm gonna look around. For the solo hobby, I already have something in mind. It is... Yeah, this is like a secret project I don't want you guys to know the identity of just yet, but rest assured I will be documenting my progress with it on my YouTube channel at some point when it's ready to be shown. All right, my next edition is the boring one, the one everyone does. I gotta work out more. Lately I've been doing like 1.5-ish workouts a week on average. I think realistically, I could bump that number up to 3. In order to accomplish having enough time to do this, though, I think it would really help to have a set schedule, which brings me to another cut I want to make. This is kind of a weird way to phrase this, but the cut is the ad hocness of my whole life. Basically, I just have been doing things as they come with no real set schedule, and I gotta stop that. I think if I, for example, set aside Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays as my workout days, that's perfect. And then I can have days where I meal prep and cook, and then, you know, days where I do other things. I don't know. I know I'm saving a lot of time by not watching YouTube, but adding multiple hobbies and a whole workout plan into my routine is pretty daunting. I think having a schedule and planning it out and sticking to the schedule will make it a lot less overwhelming. And I think it's gonna be more feasible than I'm giving it credit for. Boring workout New Year's resolution, same as everyone else, but you know, it's still something I want to do. Now, here's a funny one to add onto my list of ads. More video games. Yeah, no one else on the planet is going to say their New Year's resolution is to play more video games, but mine is. For the last couple of years, actually, thanks to YouTube and Twitch, like it's just so much easier to watch someone else play a game than it is to play it yourself. And it seems like, you know, if you're gonna play a game, you have to like turn a console on, which doesn't really take that long, but for some reason it feels so much more like a task you have to perform than just throwing on a YouTube video of someone else playing. I don't know. It just seems to take so much less effort, and you know, because of gravitation towards the lazy way, I guess I just did that for a while. So if I actually like cataloged my amount of time spent playing video games versus watching videos, I think watching videos took up significantly more of my time. And that's a shame because I really like video games, and you know, the times I did play video games last year, I played Advance Wars. That was all right. Pikmin 4 though, and Mario Wonder, like those games were great experiences. I really was enjoying my life while I was playing through those quite a bit. And I want more experiences like that. And so I am making the brave decision to say, yes, I am resolving to play more video in 2024. Now, this next edition I want to make is probably, honestly, the most important one, frankly. It is sleep. I mean, hey, less time spent watching videos till 3 a.m. is more time spent sleeping. So hopefully it won't be too difficult for me to actually get a sleep schedule going. Now, there was a brief time period. Here's a fun fact about me. There was a brief time period where I had Pokemon Sleep on my phone. Yeah, the app for little kids to help them get on a sleep schedule. I had that on my phone. And then one day, the app just stopped working for me. It couldn't communicate with the server or something. And I tried for multiple days in a row, but I couldn't get it back on. But for the week or so where the app was working for me, I actually like kept to a sleep schedule. It was insane. And it was like actually a marked improvement to my life. I felt better. I was more like aware and active and more productive at work. And I was, going hard at the gym that week. It was actually quite something. And I want to get back into that. Historically, throughout my whole life, maintaining a healthy sleep schedule has been a challenge for me. I don't know why I'm like uniquely ill suited to like going to sleep at a reasonable hour, I guess, but I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna find a way to fix it. If it means Pokemon Sleep, yeah, I don't want to rely on Pokemon Sleep to help me sleep normally. It should just be something I do as an adult, but I just haven't been doing it clearly, so I need a little extra help, and there's no shame in that. So I will figure out a way to sleep more. And then the last ad I want to make, yeah, there are a lot more ads than there were cuts, but to be fair, one of those cuts was a massive cut, so I think it's roughly balanced. The last ad I want to make is romance. Yeah, this one's kind of like a very low priority one because I want to make sure that if I add a significant other into my life, that they enhance my life. They don't make it more stressful or harder or more annoying or give me additional headaches or take time away from any of the other things I've put on my list. Like they need to be working with me, not against me. And finding a person who will do that, and then who also like likes me back, like that's gonna be difficult. And I don't want to like stress too much about that happening while I have all these other improvements I want to make. It's low on the priority list. It's something I am, passively interested in doing, but I'm not going to let it make or break my life. Well, folks, that was the list of New Year's resolutions I'm going with. I'm going to put it on your screen for a couple more seconds here. And then, and yeah, those were the problems in my life and how I am itching to solve them. Part of the reason I made this a video in the first place is for accountability. So, at the end of the year, I will be evaluating how well I stuck to all these resolutions. I'm going to be giving myself a grade for each one. And if I fail any of them dramatically, you guys have full permission to berate me in the comments section of every single one of my videos, all right? I'm going to give you guys that pass. And, well, I hope me going over my situation and the steps I'm taking to make it better inspired you or helped you out in some way. And talk in the comments, what were your New Year's resolutions and what's your life situation? And if you want some advice, ask for it. I don't know. You can use the comment section as a form to do whatever you want, basically. But that's it for my list. I'll be seeing you guys in 2024. It's going to be the year of Jakester897. I'm telling you guys right now.